Let's talk about Shohei Ohtani, shall we? Because he just posted this photo on Instagram, and if you notice, there's a woman standing next to him. Major League Baseball on Fox is reporting that the woman is Ohtani's wife and that she is Japanese basketball player Mamiko Tanaka.
Shohei Ohtani is known around highlight reels and historic statistics. His personal life he's guarded with uncommon care. That's why his quiet announcement in early 2024 that he had married surprised even close followers, and why the reveal of his bride, former Fujitsu Red Wave basketball player Mamiko Tanaka, captured so much curiosity. A private star who chose a private partner. From his earliest days at Hokkaido through his rise with the Angels and Dodgers, Shohei Ohtani drew a clear line between the field and everything else. He lived in team dorms in Japan while his parents oversaw finances, and even after he became a national figure, he kept interviews focused on baseball and training. That same approach continued after he signed his record Dodgers contract, when his social media rarely wandered beyond workouts, teammates, and game moments. It was no accident. He has always allowed performance to be the conversation while keeping relationships and family out of the spotlight. That's part of what made his February 2024 Instagram note so striking. Without advanced rumors or tabloid hints, he wrote that he was married to, quote, a Japanese woman very special to me. He did not list a name, did not give a venue, and did not share photos from a ceremony. The message fit his style of understatement. He was informing the public that his life had changed in a meaningful way while still holding back the details that mattered most to him. The woman behind that statement was soon identified as Mamiko Tanaka, a former professional basketball player with Fujitsu Red Wave who retired after the 2022-23 season. Her own athletic background and disciplined routine made that pairing feel natural. Friends noted her peaceful nature and even keel that complemented his calm game day demeanor. She had lived the rigor of a team schedule, the demands of conditioning, and the quiet that follows both triumph and defeat. It's easy to see why two people formed in similar athletic environments gravitated towards each other. Ohtani's fame often makes anything in his orbit feel larger than life, but the first wave of public reaction praised the couple's restraint. The consensus among fans was that the two had found a way to build something real without inviting the glare. That reaction set the tone for how their story would be received over the following year, a respectful curiosity rather than a frenzy. How Shohei and Mamiko met and why it made sense. Accounts from Japan placed their first meeting at a training facility where both were working. This was not a red carpet moment or a celebrity mixer. It was a shared space for athletes there to sharpen their craft. They connected over training, discipline, and the repetitive grind that world-class sport demands. Tanaka's time with Fujitsu Red Wave stretched through 2023. She played in a league where defense, spacing, and conditioning determine whether a game plan survives the fourth quarter. Those rhythms mirror the way Ohtani breaks down pitching mechanics and hitting sequences. The two could talk about footwork, recovery, and practice habits without translation. That kind of overlap can make a conversation feel effortless because both people understand the stakes behind a simple phrase like sore shoulder or back to back. The friendship took shape away from the cameras. There were no staged snapshots to announce their milestones, no coordinated leaks about date nights. The gradual shift from friendship to something deeper happened the way it does for most people. They spent time together, learned each other's temperaments, and recognized that they shared a preference for quiet over spectacle. In a world where public declarations often precede private understanding, their timeline moved in the opposite direction. By the time Ohtani left the Angels and signed with the Dodgers, the relationship had roots. He was about to enter a new phase with an iconic franchise in a market that amplifies everything. The couple's solution was to continue as they had begun. They kept their focus on the day-to-day. He treated his first year in Los Angeles as a season to earn trust in a new clubhouse and a new city. She learned a new ballpark and a new community of families who live a season from March to October. The surprise wedding and first public appearance. In February 2024, Ohtani's brief announcement landed like a pop fly that no one saw coming. He didn't mention a date, though later reporting and family accounts pointed to a small, family-only wedding in Japan. That choice reflected both culture and personality. A modest ceremony at home allowed them to include relatives who shaped their childhood while keeping the moment within a circle of people they knew well. It also meant there was no Hollywood guest list for bloggers to pick apart. Soon after, fans spotted Ohtani with Mamiko. There was no dramatic reveal, just a confirmation of what many had guessed. The couple's first high-profile event together came in May of 2024 at the Dodgers Blue Diamond Gala, a charity evening that brings together players, partners, and donors. It served as an elegant, low-pressure setting for a debut. No microphones, no scrum, only a shared night where the cause was the focus, and a few photos satisfied curiosity. The months that followed offered small glimpses. Camera crews found her in the stands along the first base side, applauding a line drive into the gap or smiling during a pre-game ceremony. Those images added up to a portrait of a partner who understood how to be present without becoming the subject. It's not easy when ballpark jumbotrons and social media accounts keep watch, but she carried that attention with a relaxed steadiness. From newlyweds to new parents. In April 2025, Ohtani posted a photo that was as minimal as his wedding note and more powerful. It showed their baby girl's tiny feet with a message of gratitude to Mamiko for a safe delivery. There was no name and no face. There did not need to be. The emotion came through in the quiet details. Fans responded with congratulations that felt personal because he had invited them into a moment without surrendering the privacy of his child. The timing fit the baseball calendar. April is a month of fresh starts each year. For Ohtani, 2025 began with a different kind of new season. He had just completed a 2024 campaign that will live on in MLB trivia for decades, joining the 50 home runs and 50 steals club while helping the Dodgers to a championship. Now he was learning the routines that all new parents learn, from midnight feedings to quick naps between obligations. Becoming a father often changes the way an athlete experiences the day. Early work becomes a little earlier. Travel days feel longer. Even a quiet off day in Los Angeles can be reimagined as a chance to hold a baby while watching film on a tablet. Observers noticed that Ohtani carried his schedule with the same calm as before, a sign that family life was harmonizing rather than competing with baseball. The public also noticed how carefully he framed family updates. By withholding their daughter's name and choosing a photo that revealed nothing identifying, Ohtani and Tanaka signaled how they planned to guard her childhood. In an age of oversharing, that restraint stood out. It allowed fans to feel included in their joy while making sure the family's boundaries were understood. Life in Los Angeles. LA can turn a grocery run into a headline, but the couple found a way to make the city feel small. They settled into a neighborhood where neighbors valued discretion. At Dodger Stadium, Mamiko would sometimes be seen in the section where players' families gather. In September 2025, she appeared in a cluster of Dodgers wives clapping and laughing during a late-season push. The camera cut to the group after Ohtani scored from first on a double. The couple's life outside the ballpark mirrored that same tone. There were dinners with teammates, charity events that required a few hours of polite conversation, and quiet nights that reset the work. It also included recovery. Ohtani had navigated elbow surgery, adapted to a year as a full-time designated hitter, and then eased back into pitching appearances. Now it's time to hear from you. Is Shohei Ohtani the greatest baseball player ever? Let us know in the comments section below.